What's going on, guys? My name is Christopher and welcome to It's Complicated, the show where I talk about and showcase wristwatches. So if you love watches like I do, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button, then click on the bell, and you'll be all set. Today, I want to talk about some of the new 2019 models that Rolex announced at Baselworld 2019. Here we go. First up is the Rolex Yacht Master 42. Now, the old Yacht Masters were 40 mil. The new Yacht Master is 42 mil. It also has a really nice looking black bezel. I just love the way that looks, especially against the black rubber strap. Now, myself personally, if I'm going to spend big money on a watch, I think I want it to come on a metal bracelet, but I think that this rubber strap does look really good, especially against that black bezel, like I mentioned. Next up is the Sea Dweller in two-tone. That's right, the Sea Dweller is getting a two-tone release. This is the first time the Sea Dweller has been released in two-tone. Does that mean maybe in a few years we will see it released in all precious metal? Who knows? But as of right now, it is released in two-tone yellow gold and stainless steel, and I think it's a pretty sharp looking piece. And to me, it's interesting that Rolex is going to release this professional model in two-tone. Here in the United States, two-tone is not the most popular kind of watch. However, maybe Rolex is trying to bring that two-tone popularity back. Who knows? And coming up next is the updated Rolex Batman. That's right, the GMT Master II with the blue and black bezel insert has received an update. It is now featured on a Jubilee bracelet, which I think looks outstanding. And of course, the BLNR is receiving the updated movement, just like the Pepsi got last year. So now you got two GMT Master IIs in stainless steel, both on a Jubilee, Pepsi and Batman. Pretty cool. Now, as a lot of you guys know, I wanted a Rolex Batman, and I'm really glad that it wasn't totally discontinued and just received an update, because personally, I'd rather get the updated version instead of the older version. So I suppose I'll stay on these lists to get the Rolex Batman. And speaking of GMT Master IIs, the precious metal version of the Rolex Pepsi, the white gold version, is receiving a meteorite dial in 2019. Also, judging from Rolex's website, it looks like it's official that the all-black GMT Master II has been discontinued. So you guys that got the GMT Master II with all black when everybody was trying to fight to get the Pepsi and the Batman, you made the right decision, because that watch is probably going way up in value. The next announcement Rolex made is the Day Date 36 getting some updates. The yellow gold, white gold, and rose gold versions of the Day Date in 36 mil are getting some new dials and some new gem set bezels. Always nice to see Rolex touch on the classic 36 millimeter Day Date. Keep that updated. People with smaller wrists tend to prefer the 36 over the 40 Day Date. And speaking of classic 36 millimeter watches, the Datejust is getting two new variants to it. They're both going to be in white gold and stainless steel, so no two-tone Datejust on this announcement. And judging from the picture they released of the one with the black face and everything, I think it's a really good looking sharp and really could give the Explorer a run for the money. You know, it's got a date feature. It has that Jubilee bracelet. They're really pushing that Jubilee bracelet this year again. So maybe they're counting on somebody walking in for an Explorer 36 and then seeing that Datejust 36 and going, well, it's a little more money, but it does have some white gold in it. It's got a better movement. Maybe I'll go with the Datejust. And for the men watching out here, last and certainly least is the announcement of some new variants for the ladies 31 millimeter Datejust. That's right, the 31 millimeter ladies Datejust is getting some new variants, but all the variants are going to be in either two-tone yellow gold or two-tone rose gold. One thing I noticed of all these new watches is the Rolex crown is in between the Swiss and the Maid at the bottom of the 6 o'clock on all the dials of all the new watches, so it looks like that is here to stay. And I have to throw in I told you so for the Batman being updated and not discontinued, which I already said back in December of 2018. And that's really it. Those are the new Rolex models coming out in 2019. And I gotta say, nothing really crazy from Rolex. Nothing that I think is gonna take storm other than that Batman. I think the Batman is gonna be tremendously popular. I do like that Yacht Master 42, especially that black bezel. I think it looks really sharp on that black rubber strap. But again, it's a rubber strap, so you have to be into that. I also really do like that Datejust 36 with the all black. I think that looks fantastic. But overall, I think it was a pretty conservative approach from Rolex this year. And why not? They're so popular. There's waiting lists. There's all kinds of different things going on with Rolex being really popular. You can't get a Submariner. Somebody was saying you can't get a sub date for over a year at one of their local ADs in one of these groups that I'm in. So lots of popularity for Rolex, and why really risk a lot. Before I wrap this video up, I want to tell you, don't expect too much Baselworld 2019 coverage from me. I'm actually going out of town this weekend. I'm not going to be around. I'm not going to be here able to film everything. And I actually got up really early on Wednesday morning just to try to get this out for you guys, give you some of my opinions. I might be able to do another video covering some new releases in Baselworld 2019, but it won't be until at least next week. And that wraps up another episode of It's Complicated. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like this video, share it with all your friends, and I'll see you next time on another episode of It's Complicated.